Hello and welcome to the Davey Nation. Today is a fantastic day because the Steam Deck has been blowing up this year. 2022 was a fantastic year for the Steam Deck. Tons of new games have come out and been verified for the deck. With so many new games being played, there needs to be a top 5 list for the 2022 because we don't know how the games are going to change for next year. There are tons of games out, so let's dive in. Let's start with number 5 on the list, which is Stardew Valley, and that came out in 2016.
Stardew Valley is a simulation role-playing video game developed by Eric Barone. Players take the role of a character who takes over their deceased grandfather's dilapidated farm in a place known as Stardew Valley. It was released in 2016 and ported to tons of different platforms, which is how we see it on the Steam Deck now. It's open-ended and also cooperative play, which is why I think it's been super played on the Steam Deck. In addition to being able to be played by basically a potato. The system requirements for this game are very low.
Number 4 on the list is Persona 5 Royale, which came out in 2022.
Persona 5 is an RPG developed by Atlus and takes place in modern-day Tokyo. It follows a high school student known as Joker, who transfers from a new school and teams up with a group of secret vigilantes known as the Phantom Thieves of Hearts. The game is governed by a day-night cycle and weather systems that determine general behavior similar to a social simulation game. The Persona 5 Royale version is essentially the enhanced version of the game, which is similar to the Persona 4 Golden. This version features an additional Phantom Thief member, a new palace, a new area of the city, more music, additional plot, social elements, and a playable third semester. Persona 5 has been dubbed one of the best role-playing games of all time, and I understand why people are going so crazy for this on the Steam Deck.
Number 3 on the list, which came in at number 1 on our personal poll on the channel, is Elden Ring, which came out in 2022.
Oh yes, Elden Ring. It is an action role-playing game set in the third-person perspective, with gameplay focusing on combat and exploration. It features elements similar to those, like some games, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. It's set in an open world, and it's kind of like that whole vibe of the Soul series. Things take a long time, you die a bunch of times, and on the Steam Deck, you have more chances to play because you can play it on the go. The Steam Deck and this software was launching just around the same time, so a lot of buzz was put together for these two, in addition to Elden Ring just also being a very put together and sought after game, which is why I think a lot of people are playing it still on the Steam Deck.
Number 2 for the list is Hades. This is a fantastic game on the handheld, specifically the Steam Deck.
Hades is a roguelike video game where the player controls Zagreus, the son of Hades, as he attempts to escape from the underworld to reach Mount Olympus, at times aided by the gifts bestowed upon him from other Olympians. This game is very easy to run and is very stylized. It encourages quick play sessions and easy saving, which is why I think this performs incredibly well on the Steam Deck and is the type of situation I think this game plays best in. This game plays very well and easily on the Steam Deck, also encouraging easy save access and quick saves, which is very good for the Steam Deck, making it easily pick-upable, put downable, and then pick-upable again, which is why I think it comes in at the number 2 slot on our list.
You'll have a better home where you belong, here on Olympus.
And number 1 on our list, which matches affordability with vampires, is Vampire Survivors, which came out in 2022.
Ah yes, so many positive reviews, and it's super cheap to boot, which is why I think Vampire Survivors comes in at number 1. It's a roguelike shoot-'em-up video game developed and published by Luca Galenti, where the player controls an automatically attacking character fighting against continuous waves of monsters with the goal of surviving and collecting as much money and gems as possible. In spite of the game's name and key art, none of the variety of monsters encountered this way are vampires. Vampire Survivors, I believe, is just a note to the Castlevania style of this game. And it being incredibly easy to run, very cheap, and run-based, so being able to pick it up, play run, and then put it back down, is why I think it comes in at the number 1 spot on our list.
We also did a poll here on the channel for anyone who was subscribed at the time, what Steam Deck game you play the most on this. The top 5, in addition, you could add whatever game you wanted in there. So let's take a look at those results.
So the personal poll that we took here on the channel was, what are your top 5 Steam Deck games of 2022? And then listed the top 5 games that were being played from the Steam data. So how that came out was Elden Ring came in first, Vampire Survivors came in second, Persona Royale came in third, very closely there, with Hades and Stardew Valley finishing out the bunch. Also, shout out to the Battlefront, GTA 5, all 5 Fallout games, and Neon White. Thanks to everyone who commented and voted. If you're not and would like to hit that subscribe button to be in the crew.
And now, I'd like to add 2 of my own personal choices for this list, which is a 6 and 7 spot. At the 6th spot, we have Lego Brick Tales, which came out in 2022.
So, Lego Brick Tales is a puzzle adventure game. I don't think this genre has been introduced in this list yet, so with how well it plays on the Steam Deck and lends itself to quick save and quick resume functions, I think it's worth putting on this list as one of my personal favorites that I've played on the deck and is worth picking up if you have a long flight or would like to play just a puzzle game that's easy and relaxed on the Steam Deck.
And in the 7th spot, we have Cuphead in the delicious Last Course, which came out in 2022. This game is just suited for a handheld experience, on the go, but watch out, you don't want to get too frustrated and toss that ever-popular Steam Deck.
The Delicious Last Course is an extra add-on to the main game of Cuphead, Don't Deal with the Devil, which is a run-and-gun video game developed by Studio MDHR, and it follows Cuphead, who goes throughout the series of levels, shooting and side-scrolling and kind of dancing with evildoers and different types of bad monsters. As a single or dual-player game, this game lends itself to easy graphics, very easy for the Steam Deck to run, and is a different type of game than we have in the list already. It is a very tough game, but it's got a great aesthetic and great style to it. So if you haven't played it, it goes on sale, and it has plenty of extra add-ons if you get sucked into it. With it being easy to run, it's a perfect candidate for the Steam Deck, or even anybody you would like to pair a Bluetooth controller with and play on the go.
So, if your game you're playing on the Steam Deck isn't mentioned in this video, please comment it down below. Like one of the others on our poll was Star Wars Battlefront. That's an awesome game that I want to play on the Steam Deck. I haven't tried it out yet, but now I have to. And if you're looking for other missed opportunities, well, they're right here. They're video. Take a look at them. They really just don't come with pickles, though. But I do recommend these, so take a look. It's free. Doesn't smell like dirt. Could possibly smell like video games, sweat, and gamer fuel. But that wraps it up for all of the Steam games for 2022. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next year. Maybe? I'm not sure. Should we do a Christmas episode next week? Maybe.